Freeform Studio is our signature studio where we can mix media, we can sketch, we can use different forms, images, text, notes. So we can connect almost anything that is visible from a human side, and then we translate that into AI-generated images. So the idea is to facilitate the connection between our intuition and the final results. So when we open the Freeform, after we have worked in Freeform for a while, you will see that we have generations already here and we have a board. So we always have the last used board as the last board here open directly. So we can always check, this menu here with the three dots to create a new board or to access to your boards. In my boards, you're gonna find all the generations here, all the boards. In my case, I have 134 boards, 28 are shared. And then you can also put them as a list. And in the list, you can maybe sort by views. You can see the ones that have been shared the most, 385, tectonic living in this case. You can go all the way down. And then when you go all the way down, you're gonna find these backups. That is important because, some people report, oh, I lost my board, but the backups are gonna be saved here. So don't worry, the backups are saved here, and then you're gonna access to all the boards in the back version. So here I was explaining that this is basically the way that we can extend geometry in a fluid way. And then if you want to consolidate the shape into a Boolean operation, in this case, we use the bucket, the fill bucket, and then just click on it. You're gonna create the shape directly here, all right? All the shapes are gonna be editable, and with the lasso, we can definitely make cuts directly into the shape, or we can make precise cuts with polygon, or we can make rectangular cuts. Okay, all these transformations are vector shapes, and it's interesting to work with them as allows us to continue the transformations and to do other more creative approaches with more complex geometries. Okay, this is these shapes that we can make very quickly with FORMAS. Besides, we can as well, just to show something new as well for maybe for the ones that are using FORMAS already for quite a bit. Maybe you might know that you can drag an image into a form, and that will take the texture into the image. So just by dragging the image into the form, it will apply the texture into the image. So in a form, with right click, you can access a number of options. So in edit textures, you can find the opacity on or off. If you put opacity, it will make something more transparent. You will see here that you can use something transparent. You can also go for edit texture, opacity off. The color blend, now we are blending the previous color with the texture. So you can go for edit texture, color blend off. So you get the original texture of the image, right? That's kind of to apply textures. Then the other thing that could be interesting as well for you guys is to apply textures directly as a tile. So you can go for tile mode. And then when you go for tile mode, in tile mode, you can modify the scale of the texture. So you create a tile, you can apply it as a pattern. So that works quite well when, let's say, you are creating a, rectangular shape, and then you might want to, I'm gonna create another shape here. I'm gonna use, probably do some lines like this, and like that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna select the whole thing, right click, and I'm going to use the copy combined to clipboard. Right click, copy combined to clipboard. So we have a texture in the clipboard, and then right here, right click, I'm gonna use texture, add from clipboard. So now we're applying this texture directly as a texture in the image. And then because we have this, we can use it as a texture, tile mode, and then we can modify the scale. And that can help maybe create some patterns and some effects when you're creating the shapes. So that is a useful feature when you are working with shapes or you want to add some sort of layers, lines, or textures that you want to apply in the generation. Okay, then you can modify the proportion and all these elements here. You can see how the texture looks right now, and then you can actually apply certain. You can duplicate as well the geometry. You can create more like that. So that will help you maybe create a bit of like patterns as you create a building. So if you create a simple building like now, for the ones that they want to see for the first time how formats work, you can cut any geometry as well, the texture as we have here. So these elements are now detachable, the lines as well. You can create openings here, and then the color doesn't matter because the color has to do with the meaning. Basically, we can interpret different elements based on the color. It's not that it's going to be in this color, although you can try to draw in the color that you want. It's actually more appropriate. But here you can put here the opening of glass. So to add nodes, we just click here in the top, in the middle of the bar on the left, and then you can click and drag, and then you can click here what is the node. So you don't want to repeat the same thing here. You just need to press Shift. You're gonna drag it there, and now you're gonna see that we can add the same meaning to those elements. All right. So just making sure that we are using deep openings made of glass here. So the next one is going to be to just select the area that we want to generate. In this case, I'm using this one here. And then we can, if you want to shade this one as well, you can do it. The frame that we have set here with the icon of the frame determines the region that we want to generate. Okay, and also the frame help us when we're using the bucket. It's a boundary as well for the bucket. We just incorporated that feature, but I think it's quite handy to have the frame. If you want to fill something, let's say you want to use this as a background for some reason, just press space, use the color, then you're gonna get kind of the sky just limited to the area that we are actually working on. So it could be quite helpful for some, right? So remember, you can use lines. Lines can help you create. I'm gonna move the nodes away. And actually, you want to hide the nodes because you're working on the geometry. It's very easy. You can right-click on the canvas, and here you have another option set, which is for the background color. You can go for eventually the dark mode. So you can go for dark mode directly. Right button as well, you can do nodes off. So you are going to hide the nodes here. Okay, so it allows you to work more focused on the geometry, so you don't need to look at the nodes for now. Okay, so it's maybe just a bit of like the lines that you want to use to define a bit of this geometry here. And then when you have it, you can go back and activate the nodes again. So now you can generate the view. And then when we generate the view, I'm going to just prompt in a very easy way, prompt view of a building made of aluminum scales with reflection. Context is slope and I don't know, like Mexico dry landscape, for instance. So if you put something like this, you're gonna check the mode that you're using. In this case, I'm using precise mode. The fastest, and let's say, something to try something quick, I would say we can go for good balance. But the modes that we have here in precise are not probably going to understand a lot of the nodes here fully unless we open the agent mode. The agent mode is more precise, right? So we don't activate the agent mode. It's mostly for drafts. The quality might be good, and I'm going to generate one here. But the much better quality will happen if we go for the agent mode. If we use the agent mode, I'm going to use agent mode with two passes. This one, the second one here. I'm going to generate at the same time. And remember, we can create generations at the same time. In Formas, we just need to select the area that we want to make. I'm going to generate again, and then the render is happening at the same time. So you will have generations happening simultaneously. So now you can see that the texture that we used is really creating a very beautiful effect of the scales. So it's a very powerful feature when you use only a pattern that we have done only with lines. You don't need to go to any other app, just go to Formats, just draw the lines. You apply it as a texture, and then it will make all these effects happening. So that is quite good. So what you're looking at here is the other mode. So we can see here two generations. So you can see here the 2000 pixels and 2048. So both are actually of quite good quality, as you can see. One is the agentic mode that probably has a bit more level of detail and quality, especially on the texture. So you can see here the quality of the glass and the quality of the elements is very good. Understanding of the lens as well, reflections and everything. The second one is also quite good, but probably a bit rougher in its production, right? So depends on the stage in which you are. You can create images with one or the other. So I'm gonna just put this one out. You can see here the green color of that skin doesn't mean that the output is gonna be green. It's a way for us to really have a certain reference of what we want to do.